An insane story about chicken nuggets this week revealed the laughably soft touch of Britain's asylum system. An Albanian criminal's deportation was blocked by chicken nuggets, not because the runway was covered with massive mutant nugs, it was because his son doesn't like foreign chicken nuggets and can only eat British ones. Apparently under European human rights law, making him eat Albanian chicken nuggets would infringe on his human rights. The criminal Klevis Disha entered the UK illegally in 2001 under a false identity, claiming to be from the former Yugoslavia. Despite an initial rejection of his asylum claim, he was granted UK citizenship in 2007, because of course everybody gets it eventually. With an asylum system that rewards criminality, is it any surprise that he then went on to commit crime? Disha was sentenced to prison in 2017 for possessing £300,000 in cash, deemed to be the proceeds of crime. Wow, an Albanian man with over £250,000 in cash. I wonder what that crime could have been. After serving his sentence, there were attempts to deport Disha back to Albania. However, his deportation was halted due to considerations related to his family life, specifically the welfare of his 10-year-old son. The central point of controversy was an argument presented in court that Disha's son has a strong aversion to the type of chicken nuggets available abroad, which I guess in this context refers to those available in Albania. The tribunal deemed it unduly harsh to force the child to move to Albania where these food preferences could not be met. I mean, we could stick some chicken nuggets in a jiffy bag and post them to him if that's what it takes. And they cited the boy's food sensitivities and sensory issues as reasons that the family couldn't be deported. Food sensitivities? What about the human rights of British people who have sensitivities to crime? How come we have to be endlessly tolerant to people who can't even tolerate a different brand of chicken nugget? Also, Albania has amazing food because it's a Muslim country on the Mediterranean, and what Mediterranean Muslims lack in civil society, they more than make up for in tasty dinners. Also, how come the argument I always hear from the left is that mass immigration is wonderful because British food is so bland and migrants bring their wonderful recipes and spices? Well, it turns out some good old-fashioned British chicken nuggets with tomato sauce is better than that. And also, we've got the recipes now, so maybe we can exercise some border control. The decision to allow Disha to remain in the UK was based on the right to family life under the European Convention on Human Rights, or ECHR. We clearly need to leave the ECHR. It's not serving Britain anymore. It's just more woolly, soggy-arsed legislation that's ripe for exploitation by duplicitous lawyers who coach their illegal immigrant clients to game our asylum system by pretending to be gay, or pretending to be trans, or pretending to be Christian, or pretending to be allergic to chicken nuggets so they can stay. And British judges go along with it for some reason because our judiciary is either systemically woke or systemically stupid, rubber stamping anything a nefarious lawyer puts in front of them. British judges don't need wigs, they need to be issued with those hats with a little propeller on top, just walking around saying, well, I believe everything a criminal says. Pretty much the only thing you can get jailed for in Britain at the moment is having an opinion that Keir Starmer doesn't like. Where was the ECHR and these soggy bottom judges when Jamie Michael was removed from his family for 20 days when he hadn't committed a crime, or when Sam Melia was removed from his family and put in jail for the crime of making stickers? This chicken nugget case isn't even the most ridiculous abuse of our asylum system in recent memory. A Pakistani woman who illegally overstayed her student visa won 100 grand in compensation from the government, so that's paid for by the taxpayer, after claiming she was treated like a criminal. Yes, you were treated like a criminal because you are a criminal. Overstaying a visa is a criminal offence. She applied for asylum multiple times before being granted refugee status due to claims of religious persecution if she's sent back to Pakistan because she's Christian. If Pakistan is such an intolerant place to Christians, why do we need to import loads of people from Pakistan to Britain when we've got loads of Christians here who might not want to be persecuted in the future? Also, when she said she was treated like a criminal, she was put in an asylum detention centre. Surely if there's one place that's appropriate to put asylum seekers, it's an asylum detention centre. And 4 Indians who falsely claimed to be from Afghanistan to cheat the asylum system and stay are now being put up in a luxurious house in Hemel Hempstead, costing British taxpayers £320,000. A couple of weeks ago they appeared in court for the first time, but the hearing was adjourned because no Punjabi or Dari Afghan interpreters were available. I mean, heaven forbid someone should learn the English language when they get here. Anyway, they can't face trial for making a false statement or representation until 2026. And obviously they'll have all charges struck off by our soft touch system, and they'll be waved into Britain and given a handful of money as compensation and a hand job by the Queen and all the benefits they can carry. And in another case, an immigration tribunal allowed a Jamaican man with a criminal record to stay in the country because his kid is transgender and the dad is apparently the only person the kid can discuss their gender identity with. A transgender Caribbean. Somebody's getting booked for an advert. But really, a Jamaican guy with convictions for supplying crack cocaine and heroin, for which he was sentenced to 40 months in prison, and he's got multiple offences and jail sentences over the last 20 years, is also the only person that this kid can discuss gender bollocks with. They prefer discussing this stuff through a plexiglass window at the jail. I guess, in fairness, the dad will be able to help with finding a vein for the hormone injections. Judge Sarah Pinder of the Upper Tribunal Immigration and Asylum Chamber made the decision, emphasising the child's emotional dependency on their father for support concerning their identity, and also emphasising that liberal women are destroying the West and destroying public trust in our asylum system. The purpose of a system is what the system does, and our asylum system doesn't keep us safe or deter nefarious elements. It's allowed criminals into the country, and the fact that it rewards illegal migrants by allowing them to stay means it incentivises people to come here illegally instead of applying through proper channels. The one glimmer of good news is that the government is appealing the case, but until there's a fundamental re-evaluation, we'll continue to witness these judicial pantomimes where the rule of law is served with a side of chicken nuggets. I guess we should praise Albanian gangsters for driving down the cost and increasing the purity of cocaine, leading to very organised bookshelves in Islington. Anyway, thanks for listening. If you want to support me making these videos, you can become a patron and join a growing community of the only sane people left in the West. There's a link to sign up below. Also, if you see this in time, I'm doing a show in Hammersmith on the 11th of February, which is probably tonight if you're watching this on the day I upload it. So there's still tickets available. I'm doing a show with Francis Foster, and also on the 27th of February, I'm doing a show in Banbury Town Hall with Lewis Schaefer, the one and only. He's much funnier in person than he is on TV. So yeah, buy tickets for them. There's links to them below as well. Anyway, thanks for listening. I've been Leo Kears. Bye. Bye bye.